Hey guys, happy Friday. I'm back again with another installment for this week about the topic of marriage. Do you or don't you? Are you going to get married or do you not want to get married? And some of the pitfalls that men are going through with finding the right mate for them for their life. This is something I think that men are very concerned about in our society, in this country in particular. And we're going to look at options. I may not finish this topic this week, but we'll be hitting it on and off through the next couple of weeks or month or so. But I think it's an important topic because this is some of the things we've been dealing with. You've seen it all over YouTube, Instagram, and so forth, about men talking about the problems they're having in dating and marriage and relationships and things, these particular things. But before we go forward in that, I have a fragrance for the week for you guys, and it's for everybody, guys. It's for everybody to use, but I'm basically gearing it towards our blue collar workers, guys that are out there doing hard labor, to keep our infrastructure going, line installers, electrical guys, plumbers, construction workers, guys that work out in the field, guys that are actually in warehouses, stock guys, all you guys that do this type of hard labor, sweat type of work, mechanics as well. I love our mechanics, keep our cars going. I love cars. I have a collection of cars, and I need mechanics. So I like those guys as well. But I want to show you something, excuse me, for this weekend, for something that can help you out a little bit with fragrances. Because I know a lot of time, guys, you don't want to spend a lot of money on fragrances because you have a labor intensive job, and you guys particularly, sweat a lot. And so you don't want to have any of that going on, wearing any of these colognes that are expensive and draining your pocket. But I have something for you. Right here, I have it's called Teak Wood. And I hope you can see that. It's called Teak Wood. And this is from Bath and Body Works, okay? It's not expensive. It is a good cologne that you can wear every day if you wanted to. Guys that are out there in warehouse and such things like that, plumbers, electricians, you can wear this. It really doesn't last that long, between 4 or 5 hours for the day, depending on your chemistry of your body. But it is a nice woody fragrance. Smells really good. I get a lot of compliments on this when I do wear it. I don't usually wear it during the week to my office, but I generally wear it on the weekends. And I wear it around the house. And that's something I wanted to share with you guys. You guys that are working in construction, you guys that are working, out in the labor force and blue collar workers, this is something that you can put on for your spouse, for your girlfriend, fiance. When you get home, when you take your shower, throw this on. It doesn't last a long time. It's not overpowering. And I guarantee you guys, I bet you they're going to love it. Because sometimes, I used to work labor jobs, and I couldn't do that anymore. So, but when I would come home, I would just take a shower and I just smell like zest. It didn't have any type of fragrance on me around the house for my spouse. But nowadays we got some good stuff, and this stuff's not that expensive. You can go in there and they have it readily available at Bath and Body Works. Go to the mall. I think they have some standalone places as well. Also, there's another couple of fragrances. I want to show you another one that's really good, and I've heard ladies like this a lot. It's called Fresh Water. I hope you can see that too. Fresh Water. Also, you can get this at Bath and Body Works. Think this would be great for you to have if you don't like. This is more of a, I would call it not a floral, but kind of a springy type of fragrance. So you might enjoy this as well. This might be a little less woodsy, more light, something that you can wear around the house as well. Wouldn't particularly guys that are in the hard labor force, blue collar workers, wouldn't wear this out there. You wouldn't even smell it. But this is good, definitely around the house. And the third one I have here is called Ocean. Again, I hope you can see that. It's called Ocean. Again, you can get this at Bath and Body Works, and I think this is another good one you can wear. It's similar to Fresh Water. Very fresh, very aromatic, and this one's actually very good too. Get a lot of comments on this one. I do wear. These are mainly summer ones that you can wear even out, but again, they're very light. And if you're doing a lot of labor work, I'm not sure if this is something you want to wear, but around the house, This is great on the weekends if you're just puttering around the house, if you're just, doing some yard work or whatever you're doing, you're going to the grocery store. Throw this on real quick and run out to the grocery store guys or to the auto parts stores, whatever you do during the weekend. But this is something I think you would enjoy to have in your collection. Now, with that, guys, they do also have lotions and they have body wash and body spray. So I have all that stuff for me with this stuff, and I enjoy it. I definitely use the body washes on a regular basis, on a daily basis, because they're not overpowering, so you can wear other colognes with it. You don't have to worry about it. And the lotions, of course, they're scented, but they're not overpowering. But if you have some other types of cologne, some of you guys that may be in offices where you like to switch it up and you want to wash down and put some lotion on that's scented, they won't overpower it, but try to match it with something of the things that you might have on hand, so if it's aromatic or if it's woodsy, try to match it with that type of cologne for that day. Okay. Well, let's get into our topic real fast. Last week we were talking about the marriage rate and how, amongst men, black men is very low. Caucasian men, Asian men, Hispanic men are higher in their marriage rate. But we want to look at the issue with relationships, and I'm not going to be before you long, but I just want to throw it out there, guys, because we've all failed in relationships. And a lot of times, guys, we blame ourselves. I remember, I think I told you before that I had a divorce before, and it tore me apart. I lost everything emotionally. I was down mentally. I was stressed. Physically, I lost a lot of weight. I think I lost like 40 pounds because of the stress, the pure stress of the divorce and what was going on. But I want to give you some warnings out there, gentlemen, because see, the issue is that sometimes we make choices and they're not good choices in our spouses. And we don't just ruin our lives. We ruin the person life that we get with. We end up hurting them too because they weren't fit for us. Okay. And when you're looking to get married, if you're in a relationship with someone, gentlemen, these are some things you want to look out for. If the woman that you're with is argumentative, you might be just dating right now, you're going on dates and she's always combative. Every time you say is green, she says red or something like that. You need to leave that woman alone. That is not marriage potential. That's not saying she can't marry someone else, but she's not going to be able to be a good wife to you. You want to leave that type of woman alone. If a woman likes to always, shake her butt in front of the camera, wants to be on Instagram and wants to twerk and stuff, gentlemen, hey, that woman is not for you. Not saying she can't be for anyone, but she's not for you. You don't want to have that type of woman or wife. You don't want to pursue that. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of resources. And gentlemen, we don't have that. Okay, we don't have unlimited resources, and I don't care how much money you make. You don't have unlimited resources except to waste on that type of individual. So be careful about who you are choosing. Hey, it's also important if you have a good relationship with your mother. And I'm not talking about mama boys. I'm not talking about that. We'll deal with that on another broadcast. But I'm not dealing with mommy boys. But I'm talking about you have a good relationship with your mother, and you might want to, bring her around and see what your mom thinks. Okay. I remember my first marriage. My mother was not really for that marriage, but I went ahead with it anyway, and she was right. It didn't work out. And because I didn't listen to her, I end up, not just hurting myself, but hurting my ex-wife as well. We just wasted a bunch of years, and we weren't compatible, I believe, for each other. She wasn't ready for that type of commitment. She wasn't ready for the type of person or man that I was. How I'm a go-getter. I believe in making things happen. I don't believe in waiting on things to happen. And I don't think she was fit for that type of a man. She needed somebody that was a little slower, so she could keep up, I believe. And we end up, I have 3 beautiful daughters from the relationship. I don't regret that at all. But hey, listen, it was detrimental to both of us. And even today, our relationship has struggled because of that. And I don't want that for any of you guys. So please, do what you can to avoid something that can pretty much be toxic in your life. And on top of that, and when I made those choices, over time, it degraded my health. Okay, and I'll just give you a quick, testimony, if you will, about what happened just in 2017 because of all that stresses of all that leading up to that point. I ended up suffering 3 heart attacks and not even knowing that my arteries had clogged up and, because of the stress and all that. And I always been ate healthy. I was never a person that was obese or anything like that. I try to stay fit. I stay muscular. I box. If you can see behind me, I have boxing gloves. I have in my office, this is my office. I have a boxing gloves over here. I have a punching bag there. I have straps in the back that I work out daily. At least minimum 4 times a day, 4 times a week rather. I have my drums over here that I play. That's exercise in itself, anybody that plays drums. So I try to stay healthy. I eat right. I do all those things, but still, because of the stresses of that marriage and other things compiled on it, your daily work schedule, all that end up, tearing my body apart. And today I'm taking a bunch of medication because of that, and I could have avoided all of that if I had just listened. But I want to help you guys out to make sure you pick the right wife for yourself, because you are the one that are controlling the relationship and controlling her being your wife or not. You're the one that says yes or no to her as in relationship, and yes to her as her being a wife. You're the doing the proposing, so you have control there. Okay, so you don't have to be forced into anything, gentlemen. Don't feel like you're being forced into marrying somebody that you have questions or doubts about. On the other end, too, guys, if you're in a relationship 4 or 5 years with the same woman and you know that she's a wonderful catch, if you will use that phrase, and you haven't proposed, what's going on, man? Don't string her along either. So you got a woman that's cooperative. She's with you. She takes care of you. She makes sure that you're okay. She cooks your meals, all this type of stuff. And you still haven't proposed? Yeah, that's not cool at all, guys. And that's not good. What are you doing? This old saying, if you're not going to go ahead and use the toilet, get off of it. Do something, but don't sit there and string that woman along, because that's not fair to her and it's not fair to you. Okay. But last, I'm going to close here. But guys, listen, this is something I just wanted to give out real quick to you. Hope you can take these things and understand these things, that these are important things to think about when you're in a relationship. Make sure that you're vetted the person that you are trying to make a decision on very well. One last point, guys, and we all know this, within 6 months, and studies have shown this, between 3 to 6 months, a man pretty much knows if he's going to marry this woman or not. So, hey, listen, guys, do what you got to do. All right. Don't belabor the point. And if it's a toxic relationship, get out of it. All right. Okay, guys, you have a good weekend. I'll see you next time.